Good morning, folks. Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you. It always is. I hope you're doing well. Day 3 over in the finals. Once again, we've got two of the best in store for us today. Shouldn't take that much of our time. Get your comments in with your predictions if you would. Anything that I'm going for today will be in that pinned comment. You're more than welcome to take a look at that as always. You take it if you want, you leave it if you must. It's entirely up to you. The choice will always be yours. But like the video, get yourself subscribed to the channel. If you're not already, we do continue to grow each and every day. It'd be an honour to welcome you to the team, so get yourself involved. Now it's out the way, we'll do a quick recap of day 2. There was nothing official from me in day 2. We did lean towards that Taylor Fritz minus that 2.5. Well done if you took that. But do let me know. Get yourself involved. Share with the group. Don't be shy. Did you win? Did you lose? Did you come close? Most importantly, did you enjoy the tennis? Yes or no? We'll waste no more time with it. We'll get right into business. Let's get it on. Well then, we've got Carlos Alcaraz and Taylor Fritz, the two winners of the first lot of group stage matches, and now they play each other. How are they going to get on today? Can only be one. Who's it going to be? Getting Alcaraz around 1.2, massive favourite, I must say. Taylor Fritz 4.4, quite a big dog indeed. Now I thought he played really well, rather well, against Lorenzo Musetti. Kind of turned up and done exactly what we all knew, and for the most part said he was going to do anyway. How much I can take away from that, I'm not too sure, although it was a rather decent performance from the American Lorenzo Musetti. And look, it's not personal, but the current state of Lorenzo Musetti, played a lot of tennis the past few weeks to get to this point. Had to really dig deep in Athens last week. Didn't expect too much coming from him over in the finals. He may just be the he may or may not. He's still got to play Demon, so we'll see. We'll assess the situation when that one's finished. But as of right now, Lorenzo Musetti to me might just be, well, definitely seems to be the easy match in the group. As a matter of fact, in the entire draw, I don't know. I'm just saying, but it was a good one from Taylor Fritz. Very good indeed. Carlos Alcaraz, knew he was going to beat the Demon. We had him minus the 3.5. Well done if you took that. Also well done if you had Taylor Fritz minus the 2.5 against Lorenzo Musetti. That was easy as well. But for Alcaraz, that first set, although it was a lot closer than what I would have liked to have seen on the day, he still managed to cover the spread for me, so I was happy with that. And most importantly, he managed to get the win, and he looked more than convincing as well. First set was a tiebreaker. He was up 4-1. Ended up getting sent to a tiebreaker. He kind of, don't want to say he took a bit of a dip. I don't really know what happened, but probably shouldn't have went that far. The second set was pretty much what should have happened in the first set as well. Complete control. Backhand was absolutely fantastic. Not too sure what Taylor Fritz is going to be able to do against that, providing he can get it off. I feel like that'll be a massive weapon in this one today. Now, looking at the spread, 3.5. We did take Alcaraz minus the 3.5. It is once again 3.5. I don't know about you. I probably would have said I fancied Taylor Fritz to, if anything, give a slightly better go to Carlos Alcaraz in the Masters. He always plays good over here. I'm not surprised he's playing good again. But I'm pretty sure I would have said that every other time. And I don't know, I would have given Taylor Fritz a better chance against Alcaraz than the Demon. But with that being said, I'm getting a worse price for Alcaraz, 3.5 against Taylor Fritz than what it did against Demon. Or you tell me that's more likely to come in. I don't really know what's up with that. But on the flip side, 3.5 for Taylor Fritz is currently at plus money. Now I don't know whether they're just begging me to take that because the Carlos Alcaraz price is not so ideal. But like I said, I imagine I would have sat here saying this pretty much every other time that these have played each other 6 times in the past 2 years, and the head-to-head is 5-1 to the Spaniard. No surprise there. Taylor Fritz did take a set in Wimbledon this year, and he actually beat him in the Laver Cup. Quite an arse whipping as well, 6-3, 6-2 on the indoor hard court, so he's obviously more than capable of doing more than a bit of damage to the Spaniard when he turns up. But apart from that, every time before it and every time since, straight sets. Apart from Wimbledon, Fritz did take one in Wimbledon, but Tokyo, 6 Kings, Laver Cup, Miami, either covered that 3.5 every single time. But I don't know. I think this version of Taylor Fritz, even though Alcaraz has just slapped him up in Saudi, 6-4, 6-2, then he beat him in Tokyo before that, 6-4, 6-4. I don't know, I kind of want to sit here and believe that Taylor Fritz can keep this close, but I'm just thinking if I take it, even at plus money, if I take it and it doesn't come in, I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised at all. Kind of thinking if De Minaur can get a tiebreaker out of him, I imagine Taylor Fritz can turn up and just stand behind that serve, which is all he has to do for the most part anyway. I don't know, man. I don't know. Something about that 1.66 for that Alcaraz spread that is really putting me off, but maybe it is at that price for a very good reason. If it was 4.5, would I be more tempted? I always say 4.5 is a very dangerous spread with the likes of Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner, so 3.5 even more so. I don't know, it's just food for thought. Think he can keep it close? It's entirely up to you. I will leave the decision in your hands today. Carlos Alcaraz minus them points again, well, minus the games rather, would have to be the way to go. Now whoever wins this is comfortably through to the knockouts, and I'll be honest with you, even if Alcaraz lost this game, he'll beat Musetti anyway, so he'll be fine. But there's a bit more coming into play for the Spaniard today. He really wants that world number one spot back, does he not? And if he wants that back, he has to win this game today. He has to. No room for error. Because I fear, the way Taylor Fritz can turn up and serve, look, I'd say I fear if you lose your save, you may not get it back. But look, it's Alcaraz we're talking about here, innit? It may not even come to that. I'd like to take him minus the 3.5. I don't think I could get there regarding the price. And on the other side, even though it's plus money, I don't fancy taking it with Taylor Fritz. Because if he loses a save in both sets, it's done. You're banking on a tiebreaker, even for Taylor Fritz to take a set. Now, I know he's more than capable of doing so. I just don't think I'd be willing to roll the dice on that today. So one's going to be Musetti and Alex De Minaur. I'm looking forward to this today. We've just spoke about the two winners in the last one. So now it's only fitting that we mention the two losers. But one of them is going to have to win today. So who's it going to be? Getting Alex De Minaur around 1.35, massive favourites, heavily favoured to get this one done today. And Lorenzo Musetti call it 3.2. Not a bad price, providing you fancy a bit of the dog today. How's he going to hold up? Pretty much everything to do with this matchup for me personally solely relies on how is Lorenzo Musetti going to hold up. I highly doubt these games are going to get any easier for him. Played a lot of tennis as of late. It's took a lot to get to where he is in this tournament this week. But how much has he got left to give? I couldn't really tell you. If I had to guess, I'd say not a lot. Not a lot indeed. Playing in Greece last week, playing that final with Djokovic, he looked alright against Taylor Fritz, like we say. I mean, Taylor Fritz, it was somewhat of a routine win. Kinda didn't expect him to win, and he didn't win. How close did I imagine to keep it? I don't know, probably not that close. We did say Taylor Fritz minus the 2.5 and that come in. But it was weird because he looked alright in parts, and then there was other times where he kind of looked a bit, he looked beat to shit. So, I don't know. I do think the court time is most definitely beginning to accumulate on the Italian, and rightly so. And if you'd ask me, I'd say when you're feeling a bit worse for wear, when you ain't got that much left in the tank to give, the last person you want to see is the likes of Alex De Minaur. Absolutely. Now, like I said in the first set against Alcaraz, it was kind of running away from him, but he managed to rally and pull that one back, and he was running Alcaraz all around that court, which is what he does. Now, Lorenzo Musetti is not exactly going to bring, the level of intensity or the power or just the overall game of a Carlos Alcaraz, and I did think Alex De Minaur managed to deal with that rather well for the most part in that first set. I mean, like I say, it's a weird one with Alex De Minaur, a bit of a double-edged sword. I didn't think he was going to cover the spread, and he didn't. But he kind of done better than what I expected him to do, even though he kind of done just as bad as what I needed him to do. It's a weird one. But he done enough. I'd say he done enough against the one we call Carlos Alcaraz. Like I say, Lorenzo Musetti. It's a different matchup, innit? A different matchup against Taylor Fritz. He's not going to let you get into any rhythm. This is the last chance saloon. obviously for the pair of them, but for Lorenzo Musetti in front of your home crowd, how much do you really want it? That goes for the pair of them, obviously. Is it, is it just going to be, is it going to be one of those fantasy days, is it going to be a romantic ending where Musetti does get that win, keeps the hopes alive? I'm not too sure. I don't think I'd bank on it. I don't think I'd bank on it. Like I say, there's only so much you can do against Alex de Minaur. If you're feeling a bit tired, them legs can start to get a bit heavy. I feel like there may only be one outcome in this, but that spread once again is 3.5, just as it is with the Carlos Alcaraz game. Plus, you're actually getting a better price. You're getting 1.9 for the Demon. It may go to 2.5. I'm not too sure. But my question for you is this: kind of two questions. First one, we're talking favourites today: de Minaur, Carlos Alcaraz. Would you rather take Alcaraz minus 3.5 at 1.66? Or would you rather take Alex de Minaur minus the 3.5 at 1.9? And the second and final question being, talking about the dogs, probably the more important question of the two. Would you rather take Taylor Fritz at plus money to keep it within the 3.5 against the Spaniard? Or do you think Lorenzo Musetti may just have enough to keep this one alive? Bare minimum, keep it within that 3.5 against Alex de Minaur. I'll let you decide. If you can answer that, you'll have yourself a bet. Very well, folks, another day in the bag. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for watching the show. Like and subscribe before you go. I'd appreciate that too. I'll be saying good morning to you for once, or good night, depending where you are, or whatever. But you take it easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. It's the most important thing. I wish you the best of luck, however you decide to go about your business. Have yourself a good day, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow.